Alright guys, so welcome to today's video, and in today's video we will work on this game right here once again. And yeah, so we have had this issue in the last video regarding our party table kick horse animation, and I have remade the animation and it looks very bad, but I'm sorry, okay? Look at this, look at this. Look guys, what the heck is this? But just consider this as a possible party table kick course animation. So I recommend you to make your own animation. Maybe you're better, you're more talented than me regarding those animation creation, yeah. And yeah. So I just need to make some small changes regarding this animation function. Wait. No. Wait. Yeah, so this animation looks awful. Really. Looks very, very awful. Okay, yeah, so it actually stopped. So that was my next step I would have took care of, but it already is being cleared up. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna make regarding the combat is going to be this Diable Jambe. So this move, when Sanji's lag just ignites. Okay, so we need to get an idea of how this is going to look like. So we first of all should gather some stuff regarding the particles. So particle emitter. Okay, sparkles. Well, I don't know. All right. Yeah, okay. So there are probably better ways to create particles, especially fire particles, but I barely work with them, you know, so I barely work with particles, and I'm not that skilled when it comes to using them. But they are very important, so I can recommend you to learn more about them. Okay, so I have this sparkled particles and this default, or this fire particle, you know, so the actual fire at the end. And I'm gonna do the following. So we have Diable Jambe right here, and I'm gonna copy this animation part. Okay, so you guys should know about this one, so I have explained this in my last episodes. And the only thing which is missing now is the animation itself. Maybe we should also make the player unable to move at that time. So the animation itself is missing. We need to create it. And we need to create the spin effect for the lag. And no, for for our character. No, wait. I forgot what I was talking about. I'm sorry, it is pretty late. Yeah, so the animation, the spinning part, the fire, and the last thing we need to take care of is that we we offer a damage boost to all of our combat moves when Diable Jambe is enabled, okay? So that's the last thing we are going to take care of. Okay, so first things first, let me work on this animation right here. So, animation editor. So if you want to take over this animation for whatever reason, then go to the link in the description and edit the uncopy lock place, and you can just take it from there, okay? So I'm gonna create a new one. Make sure that the animation priority is set to action. So click on these three dots, then set animation priority and then set it to action. And yeah, so let's move on with our Diable Jambe right here. Okay, there we go. So we need to make the player spin somehow, but I don't know. So it might happen that our animation glitches as it did previously with our party table key course animation. So I think that there is still this possibility, but we'll see. Delete selected. Wait, so this is far too slow. Okay. Okay, so this is good. So let's export this one. Okay, so I'm exporting it. Do not forget to copy the animation ID. Now we can replace, or we can place the animation ID inside of here. Let's test this out. Let's see how this is going to look like. Okay, so as you can see, I need to unlock it first of all. So defense 30, speed 30, strength 30. So defense level, okay, is at 2, 40, 1001, and 10. There we go. As you can see, it is unlocked. Okay, yeah, so this works. Okay, that's good, that's good. So we could now make this thing, or we could now make our character spin for 5 seconds maybe, and then copy all of these fire particles inside of the player's left leg, and then add those damage buffs to it. So local particle 1 game get service. So we are creating a new variable, and since we have 2 particles right here, so the first one are the sparkles and the second one is this actual fire. Okay, so since we have this, we need to clone them single by single. So let's start with the first one, so those sparkles, by referring to the replicated storage, and then fire sparkles clone. Now let's do the same for our actual fire particle, so particle 2, and let's call this one fire. Yeah, no, I mean it already has a name. Okay, so now particle 1 parent equals character left lower leg, particle 2 parent left lower leg. So we have basically cloned them up here, and now we are setting, or we are parenting them, means we are putting them inside of something, or to be exact, we are assigning a new parent to this instance, means we are putting it into something. Okay, and in this case it is the left leg of our character, so for both of them. Loader stop, animation destroy. Okay, now let's see how this is going to look like now. Okay, so this didn't save. So defense level 40. Speed level, okay, is already at 1000. Okay, let's update this. There we go. And okay, there we go. Now we have fiery lag. Okay, maybe we should lower this to 3, and maybe we should restore the speed and the jump power of our player. So this restores it. This makes the loader stop after 3 seconds, and this one destroys the animation. And that's actually it. Now we should work on the buff. So how is this buff going to work out? If you think about it, every time when you deal damage, you should know that, or the script has to know that, no, the script has to know whether it is buffed or not. And buffed in this case means Diable Jambe is on or not, or is equipped, let's say, or not. So how is this damage dealing part of the script going to find this out? And the answer is pretty easy. So I thought about creating an instance.new int value, so you could create any other non-physical instance. Okay, I'm gonna create an int value inside of the character. Okay, so why non-physical? Because the only purpose of this instance is to be there. Okay, nothing else. It is not going to store anything. It is not going to represent. Well, it is going to represent something, but it is not going to store anything or anything else. Okay, it is just there to tell the other parts of the script which deal the damage that it is there, which means that Diable Jambe is equipped. Okay, so we are going to call this integer Diable Jambe, and every time, or before we deal damage, we are going to check if this instance is inside of the character, because if it is there, then we are going to buff the damage. If not, then of course not. So there we go. That's the damage dealing part. And we could make this easier. So I thought about having a check and then 2 different lines which just start with human take damage, but just have another multiplier at the end. But you could also do the following. So multiplier 2 if char find first child, Diable Jambe. So we have this multiplier right here. Let's add this inside of here. And this multiplier is at 2 by default. And this check right here checks if there is this Diable Jambe instance inside of the character. And if that's the case, then we want to change our multiplier maybe to 2.5, 3, or whatsoever, okay? So I'm going to change it to 3. And if the instance is not inside of our character, then it is going to skip this part and stay at 2, and then just go down here, okay? So that's the idea behind of it. And let's apply this on all of the other things as well. Okay, so this one has 1.8. 1.8. Let's set this to 2.5. And this one has 1.3. Maybe we should add this to 2. And there we go. So that's it for this buff feature. Now, one last thing we should take care of is that, is that we need to turn this Diable Jambe off somehow. So we are able to equip it or activate it, let's say, and we are able to deal more damage because of it, but we are not able to cancel it or anything, okay? So we are like forced to use this or to stay in this mode all the time. Yes, as you can see, I deal much more damage than before. Okay, yes, our particles are awful, I know, but if you are good or excellent in terms of particle editing, particle creation, whatsoever, then go ahead, make your own particle. But I'm just awful, so I'm honest, it is just about the coding, okay? I do not care much about the appearance of my animations, of my particles whatsoever. I just want you guys to see the code, to maybe understand the code in the best case, and yeah. So that's my only intention for you, because coding is more difficult than creating a particle or creating an animation, in my opinion. And many out there, they just do not understand coding or have difficulties in understanding it. But creating an animation is pretty easy. So you just see those keyframes and you see that you are able to move the limbs, to rotate them, to move them whatsoever, and you just do it, okay? And maybe after 3 or 4 attempts, you can create your first animation, but coding is a whole different topic. Okay, so enough with the talking now. Let's move on with disabling this Diable Jambe. So, how is this going to work out? You guys know that, or if you think about it, in order to be able to turn it off, you need to know that it is turned on. So how can we know that Diable Jambe is activated? Of course, we have our value right here. So, we can do the following. If not character, find first child Diable Jambe, then this is going to happen, and this creates the Diable Jambe. Okay, so if there is no instance inside of the character called Diable Jambe, then it is going to create the Diable Jambe activation and this instance at the end. Now the next case, or the other case, so there are of course only 2 cases. Either there is an instance, means Diable Jambe is activated, or there is no instance, which is this one, means Diable Jambe is not activated. And this one is of course the case when it is activated, okay? So if it is activated, then we want to get rid of it, and we can do that by destroying this int value first of all, and to get rid of the particles. So we can just loop through the character's left lower leg, get children do. So you guys should know about this whole 4IV loop, 4IV in pairs loop. So I have used this many times, and I hope that you finally understand what this does. If not, then that's no problem. I'm free to explain it over and over again till you can understand it. So we are basically looping through the player's left lower leg. You may ask why. Because we have earlier created some particles or cloned some particles which we put inside of the left lower leg. And in order to get rid of this whole Diable Jambe move, we need to destroy the particles which are the fires, okay? Or which is the fire at the end. And by destroying those particles, we can get rid of the fire at the leg or on the leg. Okay, that's why we do that, and this is basically it. So there is nothing else regarding this Diable Jambe. Of course, you could add some cool effects, some cool screen shaking, but as I've said, I just want to show you the basics, okay? And the basics are just some easy visualization of this Diable Jambe move. So the animation, the particles, and maybe the spinning effect. And the second thing is the buff. So how does this buff work? How does the script even recognize that Diable Jambe is currently activated? And the third thing and the last thing is to deactivate this Diable Jambe. Okay, so these are the three main topics I would have liked to show you in this video. I did, as you probably have just seen. So there we go, and I'm aware that this is not that good regarding the visuals, okay? So those particles are awful, the animation is not that good, and there are of course many things we could take care of. So I could add some cool screen shakes, some sound effects, some shock waves whatsoever, but as I've told you, I just want you to understand the coding behind of it. Okay, there we go, he's instantly dead. Okay, yeah, so party table kick course is bugged for some reason, but we'll take care of that in the next video. Okay, so okay, now he has decided to continue. Okay, now let me press F to cancel this thing, and as you can see, it has been cancelled. Now to verify that there is no buff, we can just take a look at our character, and if there is an instance called Diable Jambe, then we have a buff, but there is no instance like that, therefore there is no buff. Alright guys, so thank you for watching this video. If you have liked it, please leave a like, subscribe, share this video to all of your friends. Like this video, give me feedback in the comment section, and take care. See you in the next video. Also, sorry, it is pretty late right now, so I'm very tired, but I just wanted to drop this video for you, you know? So I'm uploading every 2 days since, well, some months now. And I hope that you like it, okay? Now, take care, see you in the next video.